Hey guys, yesterday I tried to shoot this video yesterday. In the middle of shooting this video, what even happened? Yes, I remembered I was a Nigerian and NEPA took the light. I was straightening my hair and shooting this video at the same time. In the middle of everything, NEPA took the light. Guys, before I start the video telling you about my breakup story, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Guys, subscribe. Let's get to 200 subscribers, please. Don't just watch the video and pass. Subscribe, share this video with your friends, drop a comment and like the video. So let's get over to the story. I think it was 2018. I started dating in 2018. I wasn't allowed to date till I was like fully adult, which I'm actually thankful for. If not, I've made plenty of mistakes. I'd have made lots of mistakes. So in 2018, that was early 2018. Sorry, 2018. I was 18 years old then. I went for this event party. I'm not gonna talk about how we met too much. I'm just going to go straight to the point. But let me tell you how I met it. I went for this family friend's birthday, child's birthday, and that's where I met my first boyfriend in 2018. When I walked in, I noticed this guy was wearing white. I like seeing guys in white. It's a fetish something for me, so I like seeing guys in white. So he was wearing white. He's tall, dark, and handsome. I was like, okay, this is my full spec. But I just looked. I didn't do too much. I just mind my business and I went to sit down. And then a few minutes later, I noticed someone sat beside me and then, used his elbow on me. And then I was like, oh my God, is the guy I was just noticing that is beside me. And then he tried to talk to me, he was like, oh, I had this lally drawing on my hand. He was like, oh, is it tattoo? I was like, no, it's not. He was like, it really looks good on you. I was like, okay. So, we got talking a little bit and he took my number. And that's where the whole thing started from. I will start by saying I never told him I was 18. I told him I was 21. Which is bad. I don't know why women be lying about their age like that. Because I felt like I was too young, and then he was 32, I was 18, and I felt like he would think, oh, I'm too young. So I had to lie to him that I was 21. I had to. So I had to lie that I was 21, and after then, few weeks, I think 1 week after then, I don't know how it was, I don't know how long it took, but I think it was more than a week or so. We went out on a date. We went out on a date, and it was nice. And trust me, as an 18 years old going out with an older guy, and the first place he's taking you to was a public place he's taking you to was a child education, was really weird. I don't know if he's going to see this video, but in case if you do, that was weird. Very weird. Do better, please.
Emotional damage.
We went there, we went out a few times, and then we started doing things. Based on children might be watching this, started doing things like two adults do. And then we started dating. I think the relationship was really, really, really toxic in some levels, because I remember times when he will mess up, I'll still be the one to apologize. I'll mess up, he'll be the one to apologize. And I was always like the one trying to fix the relationship. Basically, I was the one holding it together. I was the one holding it together. So sometimes we'll stay like 2 weeks, few weeks, like we'll stay like this month we're good, next month we're not good. And I'm always the one like trying to fix the whole thing. Well, I noticed like there's this particular number that is always calling him on his phone. This number is always calling him. And one day I had to ask him, I'm like, who is this person? He was like, oh, that's my best friend, nothing more. I was like, who has that red car parked outside your house? He was like, oh, that's my best friend, she's out of town, so she parked her car. I was like, you have a female best friend? Mind you guys, I was 18 and that's my first relationship. First thing I should have done, I didn't know that you have to do background checkup before you start dating a guy. I didn't know you had to do that stuff. I never knew. Don't blame me. I was 18. That was my first relationship. I was like, okay. And then I believed in that was his best friend. Magically, we kept on going in the relationship. And, So one day I was with him and, okay, she called. I was calling. I was like, it doesn't make sense to me that your best friend call you this much, especially when we're together. It's like calling too much. Why is your best friend calling you too much? He was like, oh, don't worry, nothing is going on between me and this girl. She's what did he even say? He was like, oh, she's like, we're like same age. He was 32 then, and then I think the girl was 31 and 33. He was like, I'm never going to have anything to do with it. I can't even marry her, you know, I like younger girls. Silly me. Dumb me believing that when a man says he's into A, he's really into A. Men don't have spec. At this my level, I know men don't have spec. Whenever a man tell you I'm attracted to light skin, tomorrow you might say with the dark skin. Men don't have spec. So back to the whole story, yeah. So, you know, he was not like, oh, I can't have anything to do with this girl, she's older than me, and I like younger girls. And then I was busy feeling myself, oh, we're living with the lie I told you I was 21. So he was like, I was like, nothing can go on, you know. I bought it and the whole thing ended. One day she was, okay, few weeks after then, I don't know how it happened, but again, this is 2018. So I can't keep track on everything. But I know this, on this very fateful day, the girl was calling and calling and calling. I got pissed. I went to the living room. When I went to the living room, I was pissed. I expected him to follow me, you know, try to talk things out. Rather, when I went to the living room, he went to the bathroom. When I went to the living room, because the living room is kind of far from the main bedroom, so he went to the bathroom, and then I went to the living room that I could hear everything. He was talking to her, and then she was shouting. She was like, "You're not picking my calls, blah 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 blah." You know, when he was done with the call, I went back to sit down I went back to the couch in the living room. So he came, and then he tried to sweet talk me and all that. You know, I've already gotten her name from his phone, so it was still in my head. I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do my detective woman work to see what's going to happen. You know, we women, we're smart. We always find out whatever I want to know, especially when we put our mind in it. So I went on his Instagram, people he was following, and then I searched for her. Let me say, I'm not going to cover shit. Her name was Amanda. I'm not just going to put her last name. Her name was Amanda. Then I went to his followers, and then I saw Amanda. And I was like, okay, this is the Amanda, because her last name, she also used her last name on Instagram. You know, other people don't really if their name is Jessica, they don't use Jessica Baby or Jace Baby. They use Jessica Jackson. They make it plain. That's how other people put their name on social media. So I saw her, and then I went down her page, and then I'm seeing like their pictures together. Like, she's sitting on his laps, her birthday, Valentine's Day, friends events, pictures of them. She has them all on her page. And then I started having flashback that this similar pictures was on his page when we started dating. And then, you know, and then I realized that immediately we became a team, he deleted most of the pictures. I remember then I asked him why. He was like, oh, he just wanted to, you know, I can't remember even asking him why. But he was telling me how he deleted some pictures because he wanted his page to be fresh and things like that. I can't remember. So I'm like, when we started dating, he deleted pictures of that she might have been in, because he didn't put pictures that made it look like it was just both of them. But she was in most of those pictures. So I was like, this is the girl. I was like, so this is the Amanda girl. And then I was like, whoa. And then I can remember sometimes, like, when I go to his family events, you know, while we're together, when I go there, I remember her looking at me, like, you know, rolling her eyes at me and all that. And then I'm like, so this is why she was always rolling her eyes at me. And, you know, me, when you give me attitude, I give you back, because I'm straight up on energy. Whatever you give back is what you get. Whatever you give is what you get. So that's how I was. So she rolled her eyes at me, and then I'm like, so they have a team, they are dating. Then what pissed me off the most was that one time we weren't talking, and then he went to Dubai. He said it was a business trip. I went down her page. She was in Dubai same time he was in Dubai. Sorry, I have to laugh in between the story. She was also in Dubai same time he was in Dubai. Pictures of them together, like everything. It was just clicking. So I kept the picture, and I screenshotted it so that she won't put her page on private after I've gone to her page. So I kept them. So the first thing I did, I called my sister Mido, and then she's always the first person that knows what's going on in my relationship though. So I called Mido. I'm like, this is what is going on. This guy is cheating on me. He has a whole other girlfriend. This girl that he said was his best friend. you know, is his girlfriend. I can't believe I believed in it. I just felt like she's too old, that he's not going to take her serious, that they'll just be best friends, you know. So I was complaining to my sister. I was so sad. And my sister, let's start from this. My sister never liked him. My sister never liked him. She was like, I told you, I don't like this guy. I feel like he's manipulating you. I knew this from the onset. I knew he was a liar and this. And then I told myself, I'm going to end it. This is it, you know. And my sister was not even in Nigeria then. She was outside the country when I even called her crying about this things. She was like, going to be fine. This is the time you have to end things with him. I was like, yeah, I'm going to end things with him. You know, I ended the conversation with my sister. I DM'd him on WhatsApp the next day. I was like, why did you tell me on this girl you guys have a team? Why were you lying saying she was your best friend? He was like, what am I talking about? And then I always have to come in with proof and evidence and layers of proof. You don't just work it on someone who is cheating on you without, you know, proof. I had to like come in with the whole document, like, this is it, this is her. And then I came in, I'm like, this is her Instagram handle. This is her full name. This is you guys on so day. All those days you weren't showing up for things. It was because you were with her. And then I sent him all the pictures. When he saw them, the first thing he said was like, oh, you're just a child. You will not understand. I was like, I'm a child. I'm such a child. You are screwing me. I was like, okay, I need to calm down. That he can't explain. I'm like, guy, there's nothing you need to explain. I got so pissed. I think what pissed me off was when he said I'm just a child. And of course, I'm just a child. So I started raining insult on him. I blocked him. And then I'm like, why would I block this guy when I'm not done insulting him? I unblocked him. And then I continued raining insult on him. He was begging. He was, I should calm down, that we should meet up and talk. I was like, there is nothing like meeting up and talk. Anything that has to be said needs to be said here on WhatsApp. And don't even bother lying, because now I know everything you're talking about. You're lying too much, you know. He was like, oh, let's talk. Let's meet up and talk. I was like, nah, I just finished everything I had to say. He kept on sending messages. I was reading them and I didn't respond. I'm sure you guys are not expecting me to say this one. Yes, I went back to him. Okay, I think the weekend, I went for an event with this my old friend. I went for an event at Presidential in Port Harcourt. It was like, I think Miss Niger Delta then. You know, I've been a modeling girl since, so I went for the show. It was nice and all that. So he called me. I was like, oh, where are you? I told him I'm at Presidential. I'm there for a show. He was like, okay, I'm coming. He came there. He was like, I'm outside. He parked outside at the parking lot. I went there to meet him. He started begging that there's nothing going on between them. She's just his friend. It was unfortunate that she was in Dubai. Same time he was in Dubai. That doesn't mean anything. They didn't go on vacation. That he's never going to marry that girl. Yeah, in case Amanda, you're watching this, he said he was never going to marry you. Period. And he didn't. Real going on between them, that she likes him but he doesn't like her back, that he loves me, that he's sorry, blah 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 blah. Begged and begged and begged and begged, you know. I was like, alright, that's fine, that's cool. I was like, okay, I should go and get, if I believe him since I've forgiven him and I've sealed everything, that I should go and get my bag, let's go to his place together from the event. I was like, this event is not over and I'm here with my friend. I won't ditch my friend for a guy that dished me to go to Dubai. I went inside and I didn't go back outside. He kept on calling and calling. He was calling too much and testing me too much. I just switched off my phone because at that point I felt like you're bugging me. Let me forgive you at my own time. Don't come and force me to forgive you. So I didn't go out. I switched off my phone and I stayed back at the event with my friend. Obviously, he went back home after the whole thing. When I didn't show up, he went back home. Few days after that, I was so stupid. I went back to him. We got back together, but I think where the problem was with me was that I couldn't forgive, because I already knew that he was lying and I knew that he was wasting my time and he wasn't honest with me, and I know he still had something to do with the girl and she wasn't just his best friend, and I knew they were like screwing each other and all that kind of stuff. So I couldn't forgive him. I went back to him. Okay, I found out this in September, but I got back with him. We kept on going September of 2018. You know, kept on going. Even on his birthday, I couldn't even do shit for him or wish him happy birthday because I was like, ew, trash. On his birthday, I didn't call him. I just sent him a text. He was like, because I already knew that he was going to be with her. You know, I'm not stupid anymore. I already know like I was a side chick, so I didn't want to do too much. I remember after his birthday, he called. He was like, I didn't post him. I never even post him, and I still don't know how to post niggas. I don't know how to post a guy. So he was like, oh, I never posted him on his birthday. I just sent him a text. I was like, I felt like you're having fun with your guys. That's why I didn't call or text you. He was like, that's not true. You know, he started complaining that I'm being distant and things like that. At that point, I was already over the relationship, you know. I was just waiting to leave. And in December, you know, I stopped talking to him. He didn't bother while we weren't talking, all this kind of thing, and that was just how I left the relationship. Now looking at myself now, I'm like, I'm glad I went through that, whatever that was with him, you know, that situationship with him, even though basically he was using me. I'm glad I went through that with him, and I'm going to tell anybody out there, please, when you're 18, don't think 31 years old men are so matured for you to be with. That is on same level with you when it comes to understanding. So guys, I was about to edit the video and close it, then I realized it didn't have an ending. Anyways, that's all for the my first breakfast. You know, it happened in September. When I was ready to leave, I left in December. And anyway, if you're going through this, just know that if you're going through breakfast, just know that you're going to be fine. It happens and it helps us, it shapes us, and it prepares us for life, you know, and it helps us to make better choices when it comes to relationship. So that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friend. Bye. I'll see you guys on my next video.